All right, folks, investments. When I say investments, your ears perk right up because you have them or you would like to have them and you don't know what the best kind to have is or are, and how much bonds and stocks and precious metals. And we're going to talk right now with Scott Carter, CEO of Lear Capital, learcapital.com, and scottcarter.com. And we're going to talk about investing in precious metals today, gold, silver, the importance of diversification. Welcome. Good to see you,
Thanks, Steve.
sir.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
First of all, a man who said today that he's worth $9 billion, Donald Trump, has announced that he's running for president. As a man who thrives on the financial world, what's your take on that?
Well, Donald Trump's always interesting. I mean, he obviously right out of the gate he says, nobody other than God can create more jobs than he can. So he will add color, if you will, to the election. But most of the time, Steve, business guys can't get elected because at the heart of what they do is they cut expenses and they make money.
Right.
And right now, the government has no interest and voters have no interest in seeing anything cut. So I think he'll be great for the debate, but I'm not sure what his chances are.
Evaluate the economy right now. They say that the global economy is continuing to be in a recession, and you can point to various markets. Where are we here?
I think our economy is weak. I think when you look at job growth, the participation rate is at record lows, so therefore the unemployment
number goes down.
The unemployment number is it's the wrong bogey.
Right.
It's misleading. I think that when you look at manufacturing jobs, they aren't there. The jobs are smaller and weaker. So I don't believe it's any surprise that we're seeing GDP slow down, and without the Fed's stimulus money, we've got a problem with our economy.
Talk about precious metals, gold, silver, and the average person out there who's interested but doesn't know why they should have it, or they're afraid to embark. What could you tell them?
Well, first off, diversification in any asset class is important. Now, surprisingly, Steve, not many people own precious metals. They're not aware of the value it has created. And one of the examples I've given is if you've got two investors in the year 2000 and they each invested $100,000, one 100% in the Dow and the other 80% in the Dow and 20% in precious metals, the person who diversified into metals would have a 30% greater portfolio value than the one who didn't diversify. So metals are an important contra asset, if you will, that do well when other asset classes aren't performing as well.
There are lots of gold companies out there. Lear is one of the most respected in the nation. So what makes Lear, what sets Lear apart? Why should people come to you?
Right. Well, we've been in business for 20 years now, so we differentiate ourselves by the service we provide. We make a market for the client if they want to purchase, of course, but if they also want to liquidate, we provide it. But I think the key differentiator is we provide content and information to our prospective customers on making the right decision. Whether they choose to buy metals or not, we want to make sure they make an informed decision with the right information at their hands. And once they do that, Lear will win its share of customers.
Now some people watching, full disclosure, because I think it benefits you, will say, wait a minute, I know this guy, and there was some trouble once before. So just address that so people's minds could be put at ease.
Sure. I came into this industry 6 years ago in a private equity transaction. We bought one of our current competitors, and I slid into the CEO job there. I spent my time there. We, like any company, we went through ups and downs, but my time was there and went well. I've got a lot of good friends there, but an opportunity became available for me to move on to Lear, so I took that, and we've been investing our time and efforts in Lear customers. Yeah.
People are going to outlive their retirement funds for the most part. So how, and we got about 40 seconds, how does gold and silver enter into helping alleviate that problem?
Well, again, diversification is the key. When you have up and down markets, you want to make sure you have assets that perform well in different types of environments. Right now, Steve, we're in a high debt, we're in a low growth, we're in a low interest rate environment. Gold and silver over the long pull is going to perform very well in that type of environment.
So learcapital.com and scottcarter.com, and people could find out all they need over there, I'm sure, correct?
Absolutely.
All right, great to see you, sir.
Steve,
thanks for coming on. Really
Thanks
appreciate it.
for
All right, folks, up next, Give Me Five. But first, you know what follows this show every single day, the Daily Wrap, and co-host Rick Unger. He joins us every day to give us a preview of what's coming up. The Daily Wrap kicks off at 7 p.m. Eastern, immediately following this show. It's a show that should be watched. You shouldn't miss it. Very interesting, very lively, very entertaining. And Rick Unger is at least some of those things. And he's here to tell us what's on tonight's show. So let's turn it over to Rick.
Thanks, Steve. Tonight on The Wrap, the Donald makes it official as Trump tells the world he is a candidate for the GOP nomination for president. But will Americans take the New York billionaire turned reality show host seriously? You'll want to watch as I take to the streets to hear what the people have to say. Then, Rachel Dolezal speaks up for herself on national TV for the first time, but will her parents continue to make the news talk rounds, or have they had enough of their 15 minutes of fame? And will the Pope's liberal stand on the environment upend the faith of millions of conservative Catholics? We'll have all this and much more tonight on the Daily Wrap, immediately following the Malzberg Show. We sure hope you'll join us.